This is Test J, Section 2, Question 7. An ethicist says the most advanced kind of moral motivation is based solely on abstract principles. Seems like a thing that an ethicist would say. It's like pure theory, right? It's very, very impractical. Anyway, whatever you mean here, the most advanced kind of moral motivation is based solely on abstract principles. This form of motivation, again, the most advanced kind of moral motivation, which is based solely on abstract principles, that kind of motivation is in contrast with calculated self-interest or the desire to adhere to societal norms and conventions. First thing I notice here is that the ethicist hasn't really done any arguing. There is no argument here. There's no premises and a conclusion. It's just like a data dump, fun facts according to the ethicist about the most advanced kind of moral motivation. I'm expecting that the question will probably turn out to be a must-be-true question. Let's see. The actions of which one of the following individuals exhibit the most advanced kind of moral motivation as described by the ethicist? I'll tell you how you can completely fail on this question. You didn't really understand the principles that the ethicist offered, and then you just immediately went right into A, and then into B, and then into C, and then into D, without any clue what you were looking for. And that's why you're slow at the LSAT. It's why you're slow, and it's why you're not accurate. I am going to take more time with the ethicist's the ethicist's facts, to make sure that I really understand these principles. Then I'm going to go into the answer choices knowing what I'm looking for, and I'm just going to cut down the wrong answers. And it's going to take me no time at all to recognize wrong answers when they're wrong. So, the most advanced kind of moral motivation is based solely on abstract principles. Okay, so we have to be based on abstract principles, not calculated self-interest, and not the desire to adhere to societal norms or conventions. So I can tell you in advance that the wrong answers are going to be like people doing things that benefit themselves, thinking about it in advance, calculating, and it benefits them. That ain't it. Also, looking over your shoulder, oh, well, I think they would like me to do this and they would like me to do that. No, you're not supposed to be adhering to societal norms and conventions. You're supposed to have some broad, grand, abstract principle. A, Bobby contributed money to a local charity during a charity drive at work because he worried that not doing so would make him look stingy. Terrible answer, because that's the societal norms thing. B, Wes contributed money to a local charity during a charity drive at work because he believed that doing so would improve his employer's opinion of him. Again, that's either societal norms or it's calculated self-interest. I think A and B might be both of those things. C, Donna's employers engaged in an illegal but profitable practice that caused serious damage to the environment. Okay, Donna did not report the practice to the authorities out of fear that her employers would retaliate against her. No, she's using calculated self-interest. D, Jay Dean's employers engaged in an illegal but profitable practice that caused serious damage to the environment. Jay Dean reported this practice to the authorities out of a belief that protecting the environment is always more important than monetary profit. Bingo. Jay Dean is being driven by abstract principles. The abstract principle is protecting the environment is always more important than monetary profit. And she's following that principle with no thought about her own self-interest and no thought about societal norms. She's just got this principle that she operates by, and she's following through on that. That's what the ethicist said is the most advanced kind of moral reasoning. So that's going to be our answer. E, Lee's employers engaged in an illegal but profitable practice that caused serious damage to the environment. Lee reported this practice to the authorities only because several colleagues had been pressuring her to do so. That's societal norms and conventions, or maybe self-interest. A, B, C, and E clearly violate the ethicist's principles. The only answer here that conforms to the principles is D. And if you take your time with it, if you really understood the principles, you should be able to cut through these wrong answers pretty quickly, and the only answer you can possibly choose here is D.